in your arms, like lay on. Love is coming from there far. Coming to find you no matter where you are. One of the top on in the maker. So we gotta get peace enough to get over. Give love on Christmas Day. Give love on Christmas Day. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Give love on Christmas Day. Give love on Christmas Day. In these times, you gotta give a little. In these times, you gotta take a little. It don't matter where you're coming from. All I know that we're moving on. Just reach out and give a helping hand. And I know that you will understand. Give love on Christmas Day. 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 So we gotta continue to just give love on Christmas Day. That was one of the things that we spoke about last week. Miss Sharon Davis there. She also helped us to remember. We asked her to give a few words about, what Christmas should really be about. And the both of us agreed that Christmas should not just be surrounded about all the gifts that we can get, but also about how many we can actually give and how much love we can actually give. And I actually enjoyed hearing her say that as well. We want the young people to know that yes, you can get a nice gift for Christmas, but you can also give back as well. You can also share. I had this young lady there at church. I'm not going to call her name because she's a very, very private person, but she said to me that her son, after she put up the tree, her son put all his toys underneath the tree, and she absent-mindedly thought he was making a mess, and she said to him, "Why did you put all your toys under the tree?" And he said, "Mommy, it's for the children. The toys are for the children at Christmas." And these things, they kind of bring tears to my eyes because our young people, sometimes we want to give up on them, but young people, we see you. And we want you to know that you are amazing. And we want to encourage you to give a little this Christmas. Maybe you can go through your toys this year and just check it out and see, which toy that you want to give away. Make sure it still looks good. Make sure it still looks good. So if you're going to give away something this Christmas, you want to make sure that it still looks good enough to give to someone else. Okay. So we want to make sure that we share. And one of the things we can do is give some love on Christmas Day. Give some love on Christmas Day. But I'm looking forward to hearing from Rough and Ready Band, as they continue to help us out to celebrate Christmas this morning. Why are we listening to Rough and Ready? Because we have a guest who will be joining us shortly. And he is from the island of Dominica. Mr. Winston was connected with us sometime earlier in November, I believe. And we are having him back here this morning. And this time it will be to speak about the Christmas season in Dominica. So I'm just looking forward to, connecting with him in a few minutes. If you stay connected with me, let me just take a minute to say thank you and good morning to Miss Bernadette Joseph Ephraim. A blessed good morning to you, Auntie Dia. Hope all is well. I am grateful for spared life and for the plan of salvation. Yes, my parents and that they're still alive. That's wonderful. Yeah. For my family and for my friends. I like that. She always gives me the list of things that she's openly grateful for. We're joining her there on our Facebook page. Monique Wilshire says, good morning. Good morning, Monique. Iva May says, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. That's a lovely song. So many meaning. It's so timely. Yes, it does. And of course, Miss Phyllis Marie joining us there from Georgia. Ladies, you are awesome. Thank you so much for connecting with me every Saturday morning right here on ZDK Liberty Radio. I think it's time we wake up the children and let them know, go make some chocolate tea and come and listen to Auntie Dia on the radio. Remember, you can always call in the show. I know most people connect with me on social media, but you can always call in the show. The number is 462 1100. Yes. Yes, so young people, it's time to wake up on a Saturday morning. Time to move your feet. Take a little exercise with me. You know, I'm in the studio. I can always just lift up my hands. Maybe I'll stand up one of these days. I don't know. But the people are seeing me, you know, so I won't be able to stand up all the time. But here's what we're going to do. We're going to jump. We're going to swing a little. We're going to move our arms. We're going to take a deep breath. And we're going to wake up. It's a beautiful Saturday morning. It's a little chilly. It's the Christmas season. And we just want to have a good time. This is Youth Envision. Connect, 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 connect with me. Come on. Let it in. Just sing a new king born today, and then we'll live forevermore because of Christmas Day. Yeah. Trumpets sound and angels sing, listen to what they say, and we'll live forevermore because of Christmas Day. Come now, angels sing, a new king born today, and then we'll live forevermore because of Christmas Day. All together now. Come now, angels sing, a new king born today, and then we'll live forevermore because of Christmas Day. There is a saying in Dominica where we say, hit me with music. This is good music, okay? Man will live forevermore because of Christmas Day. Ivor May says she is grateful to be a part of the family of God. Oh, yes, me too, honey. I have some family members who are, well, my church family, who are actually getting baptized this morning. Congratulations to you. Welcome to the family of God. Yes, 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 yes. Oh, somebody saying, what's so special about Christmas? Well, respectfully, for those of us who believe in our Savior, it is very special time to know that our Savior was born and that He saved us. Okay, Mr. Winning. And then we have good morning there, Donna and Kwame sending greetings and love from Atlanta. Good morning to you, Linda and Wilbur. Good morning, good morning. Just sing a new king born today, and then we'll live forevermore because of Christmas Day. Yes, so there's a time of year at the end of the year, you know, the 25th of December, where we, you know, pay attention and we pay, I don't know, homage to a Savior that was born. And because of that, we spend time, you know, looking out for people. We spend time giving back to people. I know even the business places do that. And that makes Christmas Day extremely special. You know, being aware that we have a Savior that was born, you know, and we know that we don't have to, you know, carry our burdens anymore. That is something amazing. And again, it's just the time to give, the time to have to give hope, to give love, the time to sit down and spend quality time with your family, to just acknowledge all of these special things. That makes Christmas a wonderful time of year. One of the things we mentioned in our last show is that On Christmas Day, everybody on your WhatsApp sends you a message to say Merry Christmas. And if there is one time that the world comes together and remembers, somebody on Christmas Day, that is just beautiful and that is just amazing. Good morning to Tanisha Ramsey there. Good morning. Yeah, she said support local Christmas. Yeah, from the vendors, local craftsmen. Yes, Tangible Touch. I'm going to give you a shout out this morning. Check them out. They make amazing tutus there. Yes. Let them have a very Merry Christmas as well. Yes, I agree with you. I agree with you. So this morning, we're going to go over to the phone. We're going to talk about, how we celebrate Christmas in Dominica, another Caribbean island, that's very dear to us. We mentioned Antigua last week. So we're going to switch over and listen a little bit to how Christmas is celebrated somewhere else. And joining me this morning is going to be Mr. Calide Winston. He is an educator. Yes, he is an educator with the young people back there in Dominica. And Calide Winston and I basically grew up, together. And we did quite a few things when we were young growing up during the Christmas time. So let's find out if the young people are still doing these things or if it has changed completely. So we'll be joining Mr. Winston on the phone with us this morning. Amazing young guy there. Those of you who have been following the show, you will know that Mr. Winston joined me, I think last month in November, where we spoke about, during the independent season, where we spoke about our culture and how great it is to the young people and the significance of it. And I'm willing forevermore because on Christmas Day. So a very, 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 very special good morning to you, Mr. Winston. Thank you so much for joining me right here on ZDK Liberty Radio 97.1 for Youth Envision. How are you doing this morning, sir?
Good morning, Aunt Gia. How are you doing today? And to the ZDK family, a pleasant good morning to everyone who is listening by the Antiguan listening public and worldwide. I guess I'm pretty sure it's your program has become something of what is, I should say, very educational, and I'm pretty sure it's becoming very, very important, not just in Antigua, but regionally and worldwide.
Thank you so much for saying that. Thank you so much for saying that, for that encouragement and for speaking that life into the show. Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to hear your voice this morning. And we're just going to go right into it. I'm going to, squeeze your brain. I'm going to juice out everything this morning. I don't know. I hope you're ready because what we're here to discuss this morning is Christmas in Dominica. How was it back then? And what are the young people doing now? And what are some of the things that we can continue to do to celebrate such a significant time of the year?
Well, back then and now, like in every other Caribbean island, I would think it's the same. Most of our islands, I like to go regionally because it's an Antiguan radio station. I don't want to be Dominican biased, although you've asked me about Dominica.
No, it's okay. Last week we spoke about Antigua, so this morning we're taking a little time to just see what Dominica is doing. Yes.
Okay. Well, Dominica, we always try to do it originally. We back then, let me just first of all speak about back then when I was growing up. We always had the Christmas carols, which you were very much part of, and your mother was
yes,
an instrumental person and I would, if she's listening, I would like her to know that was me, sir, because she was one who was very instrumental in the Christmas carols in Dominica, especially with the young females and average age females. Back then we had the Christmas carols. We normally had the male and the female groups, which your mother was the head of the female group.
Yeah.
And it was something that was, Christmas was my favorite time of year, just because of the carols, and we had this stuff in Dominica, which we were can in the other Caribbean, the boo.
Yes.
We would take the bamboos and
yes,
go to the healers, get the bamboos, burst through the bamboos, and make these holes and use
Yes.
kerosene and salt, and we would have these loud songs like it was like you fighting a war, but it was something that was really just something that you want to hear. The other community, the other villages would have. It's like a competition.
Yeah,
Which boomer is the loudest? And this would be the thing that you would wait for Christmas during Christmas time, the carols and the booze, and just the overall chemistry of people coming together and
yes,
showing that love
yes.
and affection for each other. Today, sadly, well, I wouldn't say because of COVID. I would say the change of time has however, changed things a bit. People now don't really have that chemistry anymore. But we still have the Christmas carols. I don't
Nice.
know if it's going to be. People are planning it this year. There are a few groups who are planning to have the Christmas carols, but you have to do it on a different level because
Yes,
of COVID
maybe you
things
guys
and
can
why.
go live because that would be so cool to share that with, right now
Yeah.
everything is done
So
on social media, so
if
maybe that is
ever
something to
it is being
consider.
done, I will try to get you a video. Probably you could share it on your next program
Yes,
or one of your programs of it is done. But this year, however, if it is going to be done, we have to do it differently
yes,
because people are a bit skeptical and fun because of COVID. But on the countryside, we kind of I would not say I don't want to say we are COVID free because I don't think the world is. But on the countryside, we kind of feel a bit more free to do a little more together, coming together, and so. But we were planning it, and people have the booze, and people are bursting the booze, and so, and the Christmas lights
but
are
let
up,
me let me let
bright
me
and so
intervene
on.
there. I
So,
want to ask you a bit about the canoe that you're talking about, because I was speaking to someone, a young man, yesterday, and he said they do it also in St. Vincent, and one of the things he
yeah,
mentioned was the eyebrows. So tell us about what happens. What happens to the
yeah.
eyebrows,
Well, I've had the experience, so I could share it with you.
I wish I had a
I,
picture.
yeah, I've had the experience of losing my eyebrows. Um, You see, the thing about it is that when you put the gas, some people would normally add a little gas to the kerosene to make it a bit louder.
Oh boy, oh
So
boy.
while I was blowing, uh, trying to light up and blowing through with the stuff, my friend, which is your cousin, he's kind of different. He put the fire stick in the top, so it came back to the hole and into my eyebrow, and then I lose all my eyebrows. That night
I
it was
don't want
very
to laugh. I'm
difficult for
sorry.
sleeping. But it is something that we all go. It's an experience that if you're a canoe or a booberster, most of the time you will lose some eyelashes. You will. It's something that goes with it, but it's all part of the fun.
Yeah, I think that's the fun
And
of the whole thing. You have
yes,
something to remind you of how exciting it was.
yes, definitely, definitely. It is something that you have to go through if you're boobers
Mhm.
or canoe, like we say in Dominica, you must lose the eyebrow, the
Yes.
eyelashes. Sorry.
Yeah, so but the caroling, just to give a little more detail on that, the people in the village, they'll go around and they would sing Christmas carols, different Christmas songs. And one of the things, like he mentioned, my parents was also instrumental in that. My dad playing the accordion there, and
Yeah,
then my mom, she liked the singing part, so she would be, one of the voices behind of that. Good morning, mommy. I'm telling you out there, and the people would join in little groups and they would go singing behind the people's doors in the middle of the night. And people would even be angry if you didn't show up to their house, because I guess it just
yeah,
brought the whole spirit again, like you said, of just coming together, having that togetherness, having that spirit of community where the people just continue to appreciate and say, okay, you know what, you're my neighbor. I don't think at Christmas time people had time to hold any malice or to be vexed, like we would say, with each other, because everybody just pretty much wanted to celebrate Christmas, wanted to come together and have that good time, and people would give you food and snacks and drinks, whatever they had at their home. I'm not sure if you know a bit about the eggnog, Mr. Winston, that they made. I think they made it with egg and some other ingredients. I don't know if you know a bit about that.
I am not. I am not. I wouldn't say I know a lot about the eggnog. But the coming together part, yes, it was something that everyone would probably sleep half awake for. Because
Yes.
you expected during Christmas that someone or people were going to show up at the door
Yes.
and to sing this lovely song. And the thing about it is that it wasn't just about going to people's doors to drink. It was if you had coffee, if you had water,
Yeah, whatever you have.
whatever you had to offer.
Yes.
It was just that loving spirit that we would have shown for each other. And you waited for that moment where you hear that song at your door, not just in the accordion, but there was the mouth organs and that
Yes.
there was this stuff that they would do with they made out of bamboo, it made this lovely song. So it was just some this heritage that would make us all feel so proud and love the fact that you hear this song at your door and you just feel okay, you know what?
Christmas is here.
And you just want to enjoy the eggnog part. I do not know much about it. Maybe you know a bit more than me. I probably the females know a bit more than me.
I don't know. I don't know about that. I really don't know about the females being knowing about that. But also one of the things I remember, we did as well is to go to town on Christmas Eve night and again meet up with friends from school. I remember once we had this water gun war.
It was our favorite time.
Yes.
To go to Christmas Eve. I have been to Antigua like 10 times. And I had the experience of going to Antigua Christmas Eve as well. In Dominica, Christmas Eve is basically celebrated as a youth night.
Yes.
As a teenager, everybody wants to go to town Christmas Eve. Whether it's to do last minute buying or whatever, which probably you might not get, but you just want to go to town on Christmas Eve just to feel the presence of Christmas. Maybe for some it's the presence of Christmas, maybe some may just go to hear the loud bandits and just to see the crowd. But it is something that in Dominica, people, the youth, the teenagers would take a massive liking to, that you just go to town on Christmas Eve, whether it's your last, whether it's to get a pants or a shirt, but you just want to go there to be there to feel the Christmas, and then you go very late in the morning. I remember I had the experience of one going to town at 18 years, and we had no bus at 3 a.m. in the morning, so we had to call up people to come pick us up because we stayed so late. And
that's an adventure, man. That's adventurous. That's adventurous.
Yes, just the adventure. And it was fun. I had the experience in Antigua as well in 2013. It was not so bad. We went to the Heritage Key and it was lovely as well being there. It may not have been to the way that we did it in Dominican, because I don't want to be Dominican biased, but I like to think that something about the way that we celebrate things still is a bit more original in some of the original islands.
Yeah.
We still take that African and Carib heritage a bit deeper still than the original islands, who have gone a bit more Americanized and more. I like to say we have drifted further to the people who oppressed us.
Yes.
But I don't want to be too biased and say oppressed.
That's okay for a few minutes. For 2 minutes, we can be a little biased. But remember, this show is also about promoting the entire Caribbean culture, and what we need to understand and remember also is that we are pretty much the same, because in Antigua they do the Christmas cleaning. In Dominica, they do the Christmas cleaning, and like we mentioned about the canoeing in Dominica, it's also done in St. Vincent as well, and other islands. So we are pretty much, very much the same.
I have the solution friends who are doing the canoeing, the boot.
Yes.
And I was like, oh gosh, I thought we were the last country still doing this, but unfortunately, I saw the St. Lucians doing it. So I was very happy to see that the culture is kept alive to other islands.
Yeah, so we're just going to listen to this little song one more time by Rough and Ready. They're going there from Dominica, helping us to just get this Christmas spirit going. This is Youth Envision. I'm your host, Auntie Dia. Joining me on the phone for a few more minutes is Mr. Calide Winston there in Dominica. If you don't have any gifts to give this Christmas, just give a chair to someone, tell them that you love them. I just want to say good morning again to Teenin Winning. Good morning to you, sir. God bless you. We pray that you will see the Christmas spirit very, very soon. Good morning to Dion Samuel. He says, good morning from the snowman, the gift. Good morning again. Good morning again, Tanisha from Art Intangible Touch. Joining me on the phone for a few more minutes is Mr. Winston, and we are just talking about Christmas celebrations in Dominica and how exciting it is for the young people. Young people, I hope you get some ideas this year of things that you can do. Maybe the canoe might not be possible here in Antigua. Do we have bamboo? Do we have extensive bamboo here in Antigua? Is it big? Is it something that really grows here? Bamboo? Yeah, we do. Okay. So I'm going to have to do a lesson on this and share that so we can see if we can get the bamboo happening here. We can probably go to Fig Tree Drive because we have to go. They usually aim the boo at the mountains because it involves fire. It involves fire, so we cannot aim it at somebody's house. So we might have to go to Fig Tree Drive to do this one. But, apart from that, remember to enjoy the Christmas cleaning with your parents, young people. Help to clean up your room. Take some responsibility this Christmas. Also, some of the food. Let's talk a bit about the food before we close off, where time is upon us right now. Let's talk a bit about some of the foods that we cook. I know somebody told me they were going to kill some pigs yesterday in Trinidad. That's one of the things we also do in Dominica too. A lot of slaughtering of the animals, like the pork and the beef. So, Mr. Winston, can you tell us a bit about the foods that we share during the Christmas season?
Well, at Christmas time is time where most people would start slaughtering the pigs and the cattle.
Mm-hmm.
The food Christmas time is soup.
Yes.
You either have the soup with the stripe.
Yes.
Or you have your pig big food with the pig.
This guy is making me want to have soup for breakfast.
The stripe with the one in soup and pumpkin and stripes and so.
Yes, you're making me want to have soup for breakfast.
We do the same thing when it comes to the food during Christmas time.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not a big ham fan, and turkey, I think this is also Americanized, but in Caribbean, we should have a fresh meat, or soup,
yes,
or stripe, or pumpkin soup. These are the things that we normally do in Dominica, and I pretty much think it's the same in most of the islands as well. I would want to think, I know that you're probably a big fan of that, and I think you probably do the same thing as well.
Well, I don't want to brag, but I just remembered. Actually, I didn't even remember about the soup, and I'm thanking you for reminding me of that. Because my mom definitely, I don't want to brag, but my mom is really good at this soup, the Christmas soup.
Oh,
and
I used to have my moment of waiting to come here for my soup.
Yeah, I know you used to come over and get your soup. Yeah, and she would make a lot enough to share.
Your mother's house was a spot where we would congregate as young people.
Yes.
The young cricketers of the community would all camp there during Christmas night for our soup.
Yes.
And I would probably, if she's listening, I would like her to know that we missed that. And if I could roll back the years, get back as a teenager, just to go back there to have some soup, I would have done that again.
Yeah, so she'd make the beef soup. Sometimes it would be a beef soup.
Yes,
and, I think parents, you need to teach.
In Dominica as well.
Yes.
People would make that with the beef and so.
Yeah.
And
dumplings.
Pretty much, she was pretty good. She did it pretty good, I would say. And I would like to say the pioneers who did this thing with.
They need to teach us. They need to teach the young people, and we need to pass it on because it's tradition and it helps us to keep the good things going. Like I said, if it is not broken, why fix it? So if it's still good, the fruit cake, we call it fruit cake. I know my auntie used to soak her fruits like months in advance in wine and stuff like that. The fruit cake, the Christmas soup, the fresh meat, slaughtering the animals at the Christmas season. These things are things that we can continue to do because nothing is wrong with these things. And that's what makes us Caribbean. That's what makes us different. And as you said, maybe the ham and turkey is not so much who we are, because I think the song I played from the Antiguans last week was talking about stew pork, and he was talking about the ham. He spoke about stew pork, which means the fresh pork that they would have slaughtered, that they would stew it up nicely and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so Mr. Winston, thank you so much for joining us this morning. The time is upon us. I just want to know if you have any final words to share with the young people.
Again, before I leave, I heard you say something about it's not about giving gifts, but it's about just telling somebody that you love and care about them. Christmas is supposed to be about that. And before I leave, like I said, I want to say that sometimes in life, the most important thing is just allowing people to know how you feel about a certain situation. I may not be able to give you something, but if I can just express the love and care and affection towards you, just to make you feel that you belong.
Yes.
It's more than just giving somebody a gift, because you let the person know how you appreciate and you love and you care about them. This is so when you said that, I smiled, because indeed it's more about love than just giving somebody a $500 gift thing, because it's going to go. It's going to one day.
It's perishable.
But if you let somebody know that you love and you care about them, it's the best feeling that you could ever have. So before I leave, I would thank you again, Auntie Dia, for being in your program. To the ZTK listeners of Antigua, I would like to you all have a blessed Christmas, and may God bless and protect the entire nation of Antigua and the Caribbean in this difficult time. And I would like to be back in any topic that you have, and you would like me to be part of it. It's my pleasure to just speak to the youth and to express anything that is possible in whether it is to do with Christmas or to culture or to empower the youth. It is my pleasure to be part of the program. So I thank you once again, and to dedicate for having me this morning. And God bless each and every one of you. And Auntie Dia, thank you very much again.
You are so welcome. You are so welcome. And it's always my pleasure to have you as well, because you do have a wealth of knowledge to share. So continue listening, and thank you so much for joining us. And of course, most likely you will be back by God's grace.
Okay, thank you very much, and have a blessed day. And to all the ZDK listeners, we'll have a wonderful and pleasant Christmas. God bless you all.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Let's take a listen to Rough and Ready this morning. Wakey, wakey, eggs and bakey.
Receive the King.
And make the nations glories of His righteousness and wonders of His love, and wonders of His love. Oh, wonders of His love. Now it's time to free your mind, body, and soul. Come on, emancipate your minds, young people. I am having such a good time this morning. Rough and Ready is on your radio with me right here on ZDK Liberty Radio. I just had an amazing guest with me there this morning. He's such a fine young man, Mr. Calide Winston, joining us there on the phone from Dominica. We had an excellent time, just reminiscing a little bit about what Christmas was about and what it could be like this year. As we know, we are still in the pandemic season. And we know that that season is very much on its way to ending. As much as we want to think it's going to be there for a while, it's not going to be there forever, because it says in the Bible, for everything there is a season. Okay, and that season is going to pass. So let's continue to stay encouraged. Young people, continue to stay encouraged. Continue to look for something to be grateful for, to look for something to have fun. Enjoy your Christmas break. I know quite a few of the young kids, you are on Christmas holidays now. What did you do? What are you doing? Are you trying to look for a little Christmas job to help your parents? What are you doing? Maybe you can hashtag ZDK Liberty Radio, since you guys are social media kids. You can hashtag Youth Envision, hashtag ZDK Liberty Radio. I am doing something for Christmas. Take a picture, tag us in that. Let us know what you're doing. Maybe I'll give a gift. Maybe I'll give away something this Christmas. I'm going to call on some sponsors. Those of you who are my friends and we want to give something to the children, I think we should definitely do that on our next program, because that will be the one before Christmas. So I'm looking forward to giving back to the young people. You have to call the show. You have to listen to the replays. You can listen to it on our Facebook page, ZDK Liberty Radio 97.1, or you can also check it out on YouTube, DIA Learning Academy on YouTube channel. You can check it out, play the replay, listen to the things that we're sharing. These things are online, so you can always hear it if you missed it on the radio. I know I have different people who listen to me. They let me know afterwards on WhatsApp that they were listening. But I would appreciate if you would call me too. Give me a call. Say, good morning, Auntie Dia. I'm listening to you and I'm having a good time. Share your ideas. This show is geared towards the young people. So we definitely want to continue hearing from you and all the amazing things that you are doing. Rough and Ready is on your radio, and we are having a little jumpy, I don't even know what genre that is. Is that soca? Or is that bouillon? Since it's Dominican, it probably is bouillon. But whatever it is, it's a good version of Joy to the World. And that's one of the things we can do, again, as Caribbean people, is to add our own flavor. The Caribbean is one of the places in the world with the most dynamic and the most vibrant culture. And I want us young people to embrace that. Do not lose who you are. It's an excellent thing to be coming from the Caribbean. So you should be very, very proud. Do you hear all the fun things we do for Christmas? I mean, it's such a great thing. And if you think that you can adapt something from, the snow places, we can do Sandmen. Go to the beach, take a carrot and some, pebbles or shells, and you can build a Sandman if you so desire. Okay, so we continue to enjoy Youth Envision for just 3 more minutes this morning. We continue to enjoy this song. I am your host, Auntie Dia. Keep connecting with me. Joy to the world, joy to the world. Joy to the world. So we continue to say joy to the world. Let that be a season for you to just bring joy and kindness all over you. Bring it to your neighbor, bring it to your friends. I am your host, Auntie Dia, and this is Youth Envision every Saturday morning right here on ZBK Liberty Radio. You can join me. Are we going to have such a good time? It's the Christmas season, Christmas in the islands. See you next week, Saturday, 8 a.m. It's time for you to wake up and have a good time. Enjoy this song with me this morning.
Receive a gift. Every heart prepare.
Okay, so this is where I take my leave this morning. Special good morning to baby Triumph. Good morning to you, baby Triumph. Good morning, honey. And special good morning also to my mom there in New York. Special good morning to my sister, Des A of Beauty. Check out her YouTube channel sometime if you get a chance. Good morning, everybody. It's the Christmas season in Antigua, and we are just having a good time as the young people as we reconnect with what we already know is good. See you next week, Saturday, by God's grace.